Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. Bitcoin pulled back quite a lot last night. Ethereum pulled back as well. Tesla actually, when they announced that their sell of Bitcoin at 24,000, that kind of topped it out. So that was unfortunate. We're going to jump into the technicals for Bitcoin. Ethereum, my Ethereum long also hit its stop loss. Hit the subscribe button, join 76,000 people, smash up thumbs up button. Let's jump into the technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going straight into because we had a big pullback the last 4 hours. Bitcoin was it actually regained, you can see here about 4 hours ago, it regained towards 23k, and then all of a sudden 22k, 22,200, and then big selling pressure. We're way under the 200 weekly moving average now. Now we're on a strong area of support here, a very strong one at this, around this 20,800. It came as low as 20,800. Stochastic on the hourly is very oversold. Stochastic on the weekly, very oversold heading up. Stochastic on the daily has more to drop, so we can have more of a drop here. Could erase the full movement actually. But on the 4 hourly now, we're very oversold, it's turning up, and on the hourly, we're very oversold, turning up. So here would be better to be buying, but you can wait to go lower. Now keep in mind that now we're back inside this bear flag that I've been talking about for a long time. The pole and the flag, we broke out, and that was very bullish because we broke out, we went above the 200 moving average, but now we got faked up. At that moment, actually, when we broke out, Tesla announced that they sold or like a large percentage, 75% or 95, I think 75% of their Bitcoin, their billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, they sold it right at that point, 24,300. They announced the sale when they released their SEC earnings. So it was very actually unfortunate because of Elon Musk and Tesla, because it was bouncing, it was starting to head up. We got this breakout, we broke through the 200 weekly moving average, and then it dropped. It's very interesting that Tesla is the one that created this massive drop in this FUD right at the point that we break out. I find it very interesting. It was either really bad timing, like the SEC announced it, the Tesla announced it during their earnings call exactly at this point, 24,300. It's very interesting that happened, but that called the top. Now we're back inside this bear flag. Now why this is dangerous, you have to keep in mind, this bear flag moves us the distance of the pole if it plays out. If we break below this point here, 19,300, we can move the distance of the pole, and that can be a big drop. So keep that in mind. If you're buying into Bitcoin here, make sure that you have enough capital that you know that Bitcoin can come down to 11,300 and 11,400. Just keep that in mind. I'm ready to buy all the way down there if that plays out. Now we have a very strong support at 12,700, so I don't think it would actually go below that. We have a major support here. You can see back here when Bitcoin in 2019, 2000 here in 2019, 2020, we had a lot of support at this $12,000 area. So if it pulls back there, I think that's a big support for Bitcoin. So just keep that in mind, but that it is possible if this bear flag plays out. So make sure if you have $100,000, don't put all your $100,000 here if you're putting into Bitcoin. Put $100,000 here, 100,000 at this support, and 100,000 at 12, or like 30,000, 30,000, 30,000. You get what I mean? Split up your capital. Don't go all in at any one point here. We also have a very strong support here on Bitcoin at the 16,000, where we came to 17,000 last time. So the bear flag is back in play, but we are oversold on the 4 hourly and on the hourly. We are currently oversold here. So that keep that in mind. We went to 20,800 and we bounced back, but we're quite oversold. Though we did break out, this bull flag has now failed. We had a bull flag here and that has broken to the downside. So most likely Bitcoin is going to come back down to the $20,000 monthly support. It's very likely that Bitcoin will do that. So I'm going to put a buy order here at the bottom of this channel, because we're back inside this channel. It broke out of this channel. Tesla flooded it. Elon Musk announced that they sold, and now we're heading back. The bottom of the channel is 19,789. So I'd actually be more likely to be shorting Bitcoin here, going down to that 19,000. But it's very difficult to short Bitcoin here when you're on a strong support. So just keep that in mind. But most likely, taking a short here would be the best play. But we're oversold on the 4 hourly. We're oversold on the hourly. So now is not actually a good time to be shorting either. We're very oversold here. But most likely Bitcoin is going to come down, so I won't short it, but that's a good short to be taking down to 19,400. I would more set buy orders, so I'm going to set a buy order for Bitcoin here to go long. I have a long open, but I'll add more to my long at 19,600, stop loss just below this support. Take profit back at the top of the channel. And we really need Bitcoin to bounce there. If we don't bounce here at 19,600, if we don't get a very strong bounce, the bear flag can play out and we can break down to 12k. So we need a very strong bounce here to head back up to 23k if Bitcoin keeps falling further. In the shorter term time frame, I would actually be going, it would be going long more towards the bottom. To go back up here, I would go long in the short-term time frame to 21,400, but then expecting a drop here. But again, it's difficult to be going long here or short. I would wait until Bitcoin came down to the bottom of this channel, down to here, 19,500, to open this long. That's what I would take. 4.3 ratio trade, risking 836 to make 3,600 without leverage. With 10x leverage, $36,000 of profits. That's the long that I would take on Bitcoin. And I'm gonna set a buy order down here to buy more spot Bitcoin at 19,600. If you want to trade like you're seeing me do, underneath this video, you can sign up to Bybit. It's the third biggest exchange, never been hacked. If you use this link, you get a $4,450 sign up bonus to start trading on Bitcoin. On Bybit, you can trade Bitcoin, you can long short, you can buy spot of Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and I'm going to set some spot buy orders here. So my spot buy orders, I'm going to set to buy at 19,000, the bottom of this channel. I'm going to set buy orders at 19,633. So I'm going over to here. I lost in this account, it dropped quite a bit. 407,389. At one point it was 445,000 at the high of this account. So that's a drop of around 30,000 something. 28,000. In here I've got Bitcoin, 6.7 Bitcoin, mainly dropping from Bitcoin. USDC, I've got 136,000. Solana, I've got 82,000. USDT, I've got 66,200. Now I'm going to set a buy order to buy another Bitcoin at 19,000. My goal is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible on the cheap. 19,633. 633. I'm going to buy 19,633. I'm going to buy one more Bitcoin down there. Set a buy Bitcoin order. Confirm. So I've got a Bitcoin order to buy Bitcoin at 19,633. I'll also yes, that's what I think is going to happen to Bitcoin. Now, we could get a movement up from here. We are on a strong support. And what we would want to see to remain very bullish is a big bounce here back towards that 23,000. Then we can say the bear flag is most likely neutralized. But if it plays out in this channel, which it looks like we got this big fake out, we actually broke out, we broke the 200 weekly moving average, and exactly at that point, the Tesla announcement, their quarterly earnings came out, and they announced that they sold 75% of their Bitcoin, even though Elon Musk multiple times said diamond hands, that he's not selling, that Tesla's not going to sell Bitcoin. He actually lied to the people multiple times at that point. And they announced that they sold Bitcoin here, and that's what created that drop. And then it's just been heading down since. It wasn't able to recover after that, unfortunately. We had a nice breakout. So most likely we're going to come down to the bottom of the channel. And at this point, 19,600, we need a very strong bounce to nullify the bear flag. If that bear flag plays out, then you can be buying at 19,000 and 12,750. Sorry, 16,000 and 12,750. So make sure you have capital. So for example, in this account, I've still got 136,000 US dollars to be adding into Bitcoin if it comes down to those points. In the other account, I've got a few $100,000 to be adding into Bitcoin on Binance account. So I'm ready to buy more if it comes down there. But just then I set one buy order here. You could also set a long position from this point as well. I'll share this long in the Telegram. This is a nice long to be taking. From the trade would open at 19,651, stop loss at 18,800, take profit at 23,000. That's a long to be taking on Bitcoin. I'll share that in the free Telegram group. Again, you can join to trade. Go down below, sign up to Bybit, use that link, 4,450 bonus, and join the Telegram live alerts group. That's my quick update on Bitcoin. Unfortunately, we did break down last night. We had a big selling pressure just a few hours ago, about 4 hours, big selling pressure. This week, we have a lot of announcements. A lot of the tech companies are going to be announcing their earnings this week. We have a FOMOC meeting. They're going to announce also the US government. I expect they're going to announce 2 months of fallen GDP, meaning we're actually officially in a recession. So just keep that in mind. This week is chock-a-block. There's going to be a lot of volatility, and Bitcoin volatility is good for trading altcoins and going long and short on Bitcoin. Hit the subscribe button, join 76,000 people, almost 77,000. Smash up the thumbs up button, join us in the Telegram, nearly 4,000 people in the Telegram. I'm going to post that trade, and then next video I'll make a video on Ethereum and Solana and BNB. Thank you for watching. This is James from Crypto Guru, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.